everyone. Welcome to the session today. I really quickly wanted to discuss with you all how the market outlook has been and how the markets have been looking, and also a bunch of setups, which is basically the kind of setup I trade, and in my opinion, one of the finest setups for swing trading slash momentum trading. And the number of setups have been increasing last few days, and so I wanted to quickly discuss that with you guys. First of all, am I audible all right? Thanks, Manoj. Okay, so before starting, let us look at the general market. Okay, so how does the general market look like? um, so something like this I did on this day. On this day I did, and this day the bias I had was that we are very close to the bottom, intermediate bottom. I also had drawn trend lines like this, and the idea was that we will probably bounce from here and then try to form a lower low, higher low, right? And the market has exactly played out like that. And now what I believe, that we will probably have a lower low, a higher low, and then we will probably again start to go up, and at some point of time sort of challenge the O'Neill pivot here. Okay. So in my opinion, probably a couple of days or maybe one day, there I will not be very surprised if I see something like this. But if these levels, like which is 17027 and 17092, these, if these are respected on the downside, then I believe we have a chance of moving back to higher levels. Okay, so that is basically how the market look like, and the Nifty 50 is also similarly poised. Okay, so right now वी हैव अ हायर हाई, प्रीवियस हाई को तोड़ दिया हम लोगों ने कल. अब एक लोअर हाई चाहिए, उसके बाद फिर हम ऊपर की तरफ जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो अभी दिस इज़ व्हाट द सिचुएशन लुक्स लाइक. एंड our momentum indicator also has shown us a higher high today, the 20-day momentum indicator. And the 5-day already signaled yesterday a higher high, which is basically saying that, hey, after September September 11, after September 12, we had, like, we were lingering, the momentum was almost negative for a lot of days, and now even on a 20-day time frame, the momentum is back to the positive. So ऐसा होता है कि what do we need as a momentum trader? Basically मोमेंटम ट्रेडर्स को क्या चाहिए मार्केट से? मोमेंटम ट्रेडर्स को बस एक चीज़ चाहिए मार्केट से, राइट? दैट इज़ मोमेंटम. If momentum is not present in the market, momentum traders will not make money, right? So the 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 basically the signal is back on track, and you can also see this signal from a lot of other general breadth market indicators, which is the first one to look at the lower time frame, the 20-day. The stocks which are trading above their 20-day time frame has bottomed again the same time when sort of we had this chat about of this guy. Around that time the bottom was made. Okay, and even the Hamas thing was actually a higher low. uh, so so market को जो करना है वो करेगा. ठीक है, try not to listen to the news. And also the intraday time frame breadth indicators now are moving downwards. So the advanced decline in the 75 minutes are showing downward. So next day or 2 days we can probably form another low here, which will be higher than that. So now let's move on to the kind of setups which I trade, and I am wanted to discuss those today. Okay, so flags and high tide flags are my setup. many of you guys probably some have some other setups, but as you can see, I'll tell you this list I started putting up when markets were around this time, around this ये जब sideways 3-4 दिन था, and from that time I started to put out the list because I knew, or like the indication was that we are near the bottom rather than sliding down. So it's always good to prepare early so that जब time आएगा then you are ready, so today the IPO based breakout has happened, and again this is like not exactly a flag, but you can see that this is IPO based and you have a volatility contraction pattern here. This is previous uptrend, T1, T2, T3. Today would have been an absolutely fantastic day to get in. मार्क मिनर भी नहीं अगर ये ट्रेड करता तो वो आज बंदा इधर घुस जाता. So and had you been able to catch it around here, then you can see that आपका रिस्क बहुत ही छोटा हो जाएगा, right? So 8% is a very very okay risk to get. I mean depending, अगर ये देखिए like 30-40 भी देता है तो that's already like 5x of your risk. So so this is a great one which broke out today. Atul Auto, again this was something which I have been following since this time, and I also suggested, I mean not suggested but discuss an entry here. See, the thing is एक setup को आप 10-20 तरीके से you can enter, right? So everyone in here should aspire to have their own entry techniques. No two traders will enter the same time, and also depending upon the various market conditions, the kind of entries which will work better is also different. So the market condition we had a couple of days earlier, at that time the entry which would have been really good for this was the ABUT entry. Okay, people who don't know the ABUT entry can go and look up in my YouTube channel. ABUT stands for anticipation at the base of 30, right? So यहाँ पे this is basically high tide flag, but high tide flag में भी क्या है, एक VCP है, right? तो VCP में generally after the third contraction it's basically ready to move up. So that's how do I know? Because I have seen a lot of charts. Okay, so basically -18, -11, -9, this was the 30 का low, and 30 का bottom के बाद you could have anticipated that this guy is now going to break out, right? So an entry at that time, let's say when this guy was breaking on this day, would have given you a very small stop loss, which is like 6%, let's say. Not very small, but still a small, and that could have easily have already given you an 1 hour, right? So that was the kind of entry which we also had discussed, but nonetheless this has now broken out. Okay, and broken out के बाद अभी क्या होता है, like sometimes this is a general misconception because people have heard a lot of big traders, people have heard read a lot of books, and there's a very famous quote by Dan Zanger saying that winning horses don't come back to the stable or something like that, और उसका मतलब क्या होता है कि like something which is a good base breakout should sort of get away from the buy point as early as possible, right? But that's a best case scenario, right? Sometimes the best case scenario is not like that. Sometimes many times the best case scenario, the market is at a point wherein it is like sort of actually in a pullback area. So at that time these Dan Zanger ka horses you will not find, but being said that, does this mean that this is not a good entry or something which will not work? It's not true. I'll show you some other examples. So for example, let's say Vijaya broke out today, but it also tried to break out 3 days ago on this day. Okay, and then it's squatted. Does this mean that this was not a good entry? No, absolutely not, right? So ऐसा होता है कि so there is something I want to tell you guys about how price action behaves at around support and resistance. Okay, support and resistance are the places where you will get the highest amount of volatility. And what is this? This is basically a volatility, right? ऊपर गया नीचे आया, ऊपर गया नीचे आया, one sided movement कम है, but like zigzag movement is high, right? So that kind of volatility is always present in supports and resistances. So this is actually absolutely normal thing to occur. Okay, and again this is a setup which I really like, but somehow it was not in my radar. I today I entered this guy here, and this is a very nice breakout. Okay, and what is this? This is an IPO based breakout, and this is a ascending triangle breakout, right? And most of the most not most but this is one of the three chart patterns which will occur when a reversal happens. Okay, the number one pattern is the head and inverse head and shoulder जो ऐसे टाइप का होता है. सेकंड वाला आपको पता है क्या कौन सा होता है, डबल बॉटम. एंड ये थर्ड वाला which is basically an ascending triangle, right? So very nice, but has broken out today. This is Repco Home is another high tide flag which I am looking forward, and possibly we are gonna get a breakout very soon. तो अब इसमें देखिए क्या हुआ, इसमें 3T बन चुका है. ये एक तो first T, second T, third T. Okay, it's very and just before breakout today we have huge volumes, right? So this is amazing, this one. And if someone is very keen to get in, one could use a GTD here. Okay. MMTC was in the radar for some time, and I had also tweeted about this, saying that at this point of time it was a really nice place. One could anticipate an entry. So I'll just pull out that. So this was October 2nd. I did a huge thread about all the setups which I was looking at, and at that time it was set up like this, right? And you don't know like when this guy will wake up and start to start to do something like this, a crazy 20%. RTN power, again, see, with all of my stuff you will see one thing and one thing only: prior uptrend and a consolidation, which is basically a flag. And this guy will break out aaj nahi to kal, right? Nazara is also something which I'm liking really. And again, this was like sort of again, some people will say, oh, upper week. तो upper week तो आएंगे ना bro. If someone sells here, does it mean that the whole thing is like now bad? No. So this is again 1T, second T, possibly the third T. And the thing is, it could break out tomorrow. It could spend making a tight area for another 2-3 days. You don't know. All you can do is, whenever you are looking at setups to take an entry, that if this guy breaks out, or if not, then you set up a GTT, right? So very nice flags here. Another one, NBCC. This was really amazing. I entered on this day, and why I entered on this day, although this did not break out, was exactly this. So if you see, iske pehle, which was the highest ever closing, the highest ever closing was actually this day, 14 September. It closed the highest. Uske baad, this was the highest ever closing on 6th October. And then the next day, although price thoda gira, but dekho, price gira in low volume, but and also like just went up till the previous day ka low, right? So this day was a very bullish day with high volumes, and I entered, and the exact thesis was also that I was expecting क्या बोलते हैं इसको, follow through. So yeah, so this was also exactly what closed high, anticipating follow through the next day, right? So that was the entry. So IRFC is like one of my all-time favorite now, and this is building now. Any day it could actually break out, and this could actually break out tomorrow. I'll tell you why. Again, nothing here discussed is like a tip or something. Okay, I'm purely discussing all of these names based on the price action characteristics, and I'm just like giving you my opinion why I think. See what happens on a smaller time frame. The MAST is actually undergoing is actually in a downtrend, right? So ये lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high. We have a low which is around the same low as the previous low, ठीक है? And this was actually a spring और क्या बोलते हैं क्या बोलते हैं इसको, शेकआउट, राइट? तो ये शेकआउट हुआ, फिर एक और बार इसने लोअर हाई बनाया, उसके बाद इट नाउ found some resistance around the previous high, right? So actually the downtrend has halted, and now we are basing, we are actually forming a tight area. And now right now what I expect is basically this zone is actually the higher high, and we basically are going to probably see a higher high very soon, and that can be another area of an entry. And that will basically, that is how your cheat pivots look like, okay? Yeah. So Parag Milk had we had a early entry sort of here when this DTL, DTL basically stands for downtrend line. Downtrend line breakout happened and then it came back and retested. Now this low is higher than the previous low, which means that whatever this breakout has happened, it has actually not failed because देखो trend तो अभी भी अप ट्रेंड ही है, राइट? अप ट्रेंड कब खत्म होगा? जब वी विल हैव अ लोअर हाई एंड लोअर लो. दिस इज still a higher high. It just sort of whatever supply was there, whatever little supply was there, it just you know उसको थोड़ा पचा रहा है. एंड देखिए, the other thing you have to notice is the volumes is basically nil, and last 3 days the volumes are coming up. So again, one one thing I told my group is that this DTL, this downtrending line, can be traded, okay, which means that you would have probably gotten an entry at 210 or so. And again, why? Like 30-minute time frame gives you a very nice this one. So if you see, after this it was like trending down down down, and basically this downtrend line breakout could have been traded, right? Because we already have a higher low. DTLs with a higher low is a very nice place where one can figure out entries. So next one in line is Praj India, Praj Industries, right? This is amazing high tide flag. मतलब इससे बढ़िया आपको क्या चाहिए? और prior uptrend बहुत बढ़िया. There is a gap up, and I don't know why this gapped up, but anyways, जो भी हो. After that, you see what is this? This is basically 3T VCP, T1, T2, T3, right? And the third T is below 10%. I think, yeah, 6.7%. So I mean, Minervini would have been all over this guy. Plus volumes are everything. Plus also it's from a sector which is doing really good, like engineering and these guys. Plus also alcohol. Like बहुत ही बढ़िया, right? So this guy will break out like आज या कल, possibly अगर एक 40 डालेगा तो और भी बढ़िया है. Then what will happen is that you will probably get a even tighter stop loss. ITI. See, ITI bro is a bro from a very strong sector right now. So I was already I put this on Twitter saying that this guy is a very, very nice one. So after 1T, 2T के बाद this guy broke out. Now after this broke out, and when this guy formed a higher wick like this, then I anticipated that probably this guy will probably now take the shape of the ascending channel. आ सकता है, नहीं आ सकता है, बट अगर आया तो यू विल नो दैट नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन अगर ये नीचे तक आया, कहाँ तक उसका वो आ सकता है, यहाँ तक आ सकता है, राइट? सो दीज आर द थिंग्स. दिस इज बेसिकली एंटिसिपेशन एंड पैटर्न मॉर्फिंग, and it's a little higher level, but again, things work like this, and so this is pretty much fine to do. Star paper again, 1T, 2T, 3T, guys. फ्लैग ऐसे ही होता है, फ्लैग ब्रेकआउट ऐसे ही होता है. हाई टाइड फ्लैग्स मूव लाइक दिस ओनली, right? So what I'm trying to show you is that, see, there is a pattern here, okay? And again, I'm not asking you to blindfoldedly do pattern matching. Pattern क्यों बनता है and why this pattern is constructive, there is a story behind that as well. So you have to, so the next level is of course finding the why, like why this guy is constructive, right? But even if you don't know, then just following a basic Dow theory, which is basically higher highs and higher lows, will keep you in the right side of the market, right? Infibeam I entered on this day, and it's already 20% up from my buy price. And what happened is that I think on the entry day itself or the next day, I sold 50% here at around 5 to 6%. Either on this day or next day, I don't remember, because see, at the time what happened was my market was dicey, and all you need to do to sustain in this business is basically manage risk. So in a huge wavering bull market, you can hold on for 30, 40, 50, 60%, but when things are dicey, then you also have to play for singles and doubles. 4s and 6 नहीं आएंगे ऐसे बॉल, राइट? पिच थोड़ा मतलब वांखेड़े टाइप नहीं है, मतलब तो थोड़ा खतरनाक पिच है, तो बॉल थोड़ा स्विंग करती है, तो एट द टाइम सिंगल डबल भी खेल सकते हैं. तो दिस selling half here was basically me saying that okay, single mila le lete hain, and that 50% is like going on. And see, what was this is basically a flag. But again, why this flag was so beautiful for me? Bigger the base, bigger the breakout. You see what this guy was. This guy was a big DTL breakout. So see that, so and you see the volumes, मतलब क्या है, right side of the base, volumes coming out. What does this mean? That Infibeam Avenues is probably just starting a bigger trend, you know. So putting more than one kind of lens to your price reading abilities, and also playing it according to the market conditions will give you huge edge, okay. बट अगेन दी सेटअप क्या है, सेटअप बेसिकली फ्लैग है, देखो ये लंबा वाला पोल, ये फ्लैग, ठीक है. तो दिस गाय इज़ बेसिकली व्हाट आई टर्म एज अ सेटअप विच इज़ अ नो ब्रेनर एंट्री, ठीक है. तो नो ब्रेनर एंट्री मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. सो दिस वॉज अ नो ब्रेनर एंट्री, सी ई मैप माई इंडिया. नो ब्रेनर एंट्री में क्या था, ये मास्ट वॉज अ 10% डिक्लाइन. तो पता है आपको 10% डिक्लाइन क्या कितना होता है, बहुत तुच्छ होता है, tuch. Like if someone has already, if a flagpole is 50 to 60% and it's only declined 10%, is like too good, superb, right? Second was there was already a higher low in, higher low. DTL breakout from a tight area, reversal from the Mars at around the zero level, and the breakout happened with big volume both on price as well as this one. So this is something I called a नो ब्रेनर एंट्रीज. मतलब नो ब्रेनर एंट्रीज आपको मिला ना, तो भाई इसको मतलब नहीं छोड़ना है जनरली. बिरला सॉफ्ट वॉज ऑल्सो देन ए नो ब्रेनर एंट्री जस्ट लाइक मैप माई इंडिया. एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई टोल्ड माई ग्रुप, सेइंग दैट ब्रो ये तो बिल्कुल ऐसा टाइप का दिख रहा है. एंड ऑल्सो दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम सिमिलर, आई थिंक बोथ आर फ्रॉम IT. So this was a really nice setup, but at the end of the day what is this? This is a variant of flag. पोल आया, पोल के बाद आया मास्ट. मास्ट थोड़ा झुका हुआ है बेसिकली, ठीक है, इसलिए आपको एक अर्ली एंट्री मिल गया. तो द नेक्स्ट वन इज मास्डॉक. सी मास्डॉक इज अगेन लाइक दिस गाय इज लाइक पुटिंग अप ए ह्यूज लॉन्ग टाइट फ्लैग. इस पर भी आपको टीज दिखेंगे, T1 T2 आ गया, ये आप T3 का पहला 2 दिन है, राइट. very near, and you see what volumes, matlab like nobody is selling this guy, nobody is selling. And if someone is interested to buy this guy will probably make a very big this one DB Corp. This is a hot sector, right? ये क्या sector क्या है, ये newspaper media का sector है. And today if you see which was the sector that got bought the highest, no no price for guessing, it was media, no. And 2-3 दिन से है इसका, तो this was the area where the first entry would have been. And again today could have been another entry, you know. This is what is this is basically flag. The only difference is अभी तक जितने भी फ्लैग दिखाए थे हमने उसमें 3T था, ये 2T आ गया, राइट. छोटा कप एंड हैंडल बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है. किल पेस्ट बाबा इज सेटिंग अप. सो दिस इज 1T, 2T, and today again the other sector which is a little bit making noise is also diagnostic. So Kilpest is also although it's a agri chemical but also has a diagnostic arm, and again right now it would be a setup where it's like a pullback / anticipation setup where this would be like a base of the 2T anticipation, which I don't like. I like 3rd T or directly पहला T में ही खरीदो. Well spun again, this one see 1T, 2T, and ये जो tight area है ना, ये 3rd T है आपका. Today it sort of wanted to break out but couldn't. But who's to say that tomorrow it's not going to break out, right? So again you see the volumes, you see last 3 days. What does this mean? कि यहाँ पे थोड़े एक आध बंदे इंटरेस्टेड थे, यहाँ पे 3-4 और आए, यहाँ पे 3-4 और आए. At some point of time whatever supply is here in these 2 areas that will ये देखो highest supply का area ये था, अब ये निकल गया उधर से. I mean almost निकलने वाला है types, right? So yeah, so this is another great setup. I mean I'm not saying those Valent is great, but every setup is great which I am showing. Like I will not show non-great setups to you guys, okay? Just making that absolutely clear. So Orion Pro, I bought here. This is an entry which is called HPBOB, high probability a bullish on bullish breakout. And again the idea here is basically this is a flag. This is a flag 2T breakout, but that flag 2T breakout was also a flag in a bigger flag, which is starting from here, and this is the mast, and that mast is also, so generally flag masts are like this, right? Or like this at best, but the flags which are sloping up higher is basically because there is so much interest to buy this guy कि they are not even letting the flag master drop. तो अगर आपको कोई झंडा दिखता है and that's like flying really high and pointing upwards, what does that mean? There is a lot of wind in the atmosphere, in the environment. Similarly, a mast which is sloping up higher also happens. And the natural thing after BOB is what? Breakout के बाद क्या आता है? Breakout के बाद आता है आपका retest. तो probably today is the day it retested the the resistance here, and will go up. I have a lot of stuff like this. Okay, let's. I will not explain much. I'll just quickly go through so that if you guys have any questions, then I can take them, right? So इंद्रप्रस्थ is probably 1T अभी ख़त्म हुआ है, तो 2T आएगा तो बढ़िया है. Sometimes they don't do any T's, then breakout happens, and तब लोग बोलते हैं saucer, ठीक है. This guy, see landmark, so this is really amazing. अभी इसका राइट साइड ऑफ द बेस पूरा हो चुका है. कैसे पता? ग्रीन टावर्स दिख जाएंगे आपको, ठीक है. तो इसमें अभी ग्रीन टावर्स आ रहे हैं. Things are looking good, and again this probably is also a higher time frame resistance. And again there are two type, हाँ तो ये देखो ये this is like the IPO base का resistance, right? So there are two type of flags which are really good, and they are flags which occur right above the resistance or right below. Okay, so this guy is appearing right below the resistance, and this is a really nice breakout. अगर ये breakout करके इसको तोड़ दिया तो again मैं बहुत ज़्यादा समझा रहा हूँ, but I will stop here. Again gland pharma, you see this is also flag. 2T 3T हो चुका है. Andhra paper, oh my god, oh my OMFG, So yeah, this was a clean day yesterday. A lot of paper stocks broke out, and so if you wonder what this triangle or shapes are, this is basically my indicator, which is called triple B, which is called buy before breakout. तो buy before breakout अगर किसी बेस में नज़र आ रहा है, मतलब वो बहुत ही कंस्ट्रक्टिव है, ठीक है. तो just as a shortcut tells me that the base is constructive. Again Copran is also building up, so we have a DTL. This is the downtrending line. ये जिस दिन भी ये breakout हुआ तो आपको बस देखना है कि ये जो उसका पिछला वाला लो था, is that a higher low और a lower low? ये क्या है? ये higher low है. This can be traded, and अगर आपने ट्रेड किया तो कितना मिलेगा आपको? 7% स्टॉप लॉस, ठीक है, चलता है. अब तो आप ले लो. गोकेक्स देखो निकल गया है यहाँ से कल. दिस वॉज द टाइट एरिया, दिस वॉज द चीट पिवट. तो अभी नेक्स्ट ऑल टाइम हाई या 52 वीक हाई, जो भी हाई है इससे बाद में आएगा तो इट विल कम इनटू एवरीवन्स 52 वीक हाई स्कैनर. but good point of entry was either this or this. Jindal Phatto, this is again financials. This was a very nice DTL breakout. Again you can see that you can already anticipate कि ये वाला कैंडल आएगा कैसे, because of the volumes. You see volumes nil, मतलब है ही नहीं. I mean the day when these two big candles came, you can see the volumes were in like the 2.78 million. उसके बाद during here at some point it was like 31,000, 2 point something million and 31,000, so but still the price is not going down. What does that mean? That means that people are not ready to sell. And why would people not be ready to sell? I don't know, do the math. अभी 2T, ठीक है, तो इसको अगर आपको बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है, यूको बैंक which is a leader, one of the leaders in the PSU space, and PSUs will not go down very easily, brother. ऐसा नहीं होता है. एक बार ट्रेंड आ गया ना मल्टी ईयर तो चलता है वो. IFFKI Limited, again this is very similar to Jindal Photo. They are also from the same क्या बोलते हैं उसको, they are also from the same sector, तो दिस गाय डिड द ब्रेकआउट ऑन 10 अक्टूबर एंड सी उसके 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 प्रॉबली 2 दिन बाद आज ही इसने लगा लिया. ठीक है, तो दीज आर सम ऑफ द थिंग्स, मतलब यू नो लाइक birds of same feather flock together, and this is the second kind of flag which I like. What is this? Previously मैंने दिखाया था कि flag which is just below the वो ना GLS में just below था. ये क्या है? just above है. above of what? resistance. I'll show you the resistance, higher time frame resistance. देख रहे हो ब्रो, ये क्या है? ये क्या है? ये है बिग एस बेस ब्रेकआउट, राइट? This is a very big base breakout and the move is just starting. Okay, so this is a very good stock. Plus this is from a sector which is just sort of starting to go crazy. So something, you know, we should probably all have in our watch list. Now the best thing for us would be if if key, I don't know what is this, IFCI, will give us a second T. तो second T आया तो we will be more interested. थर्ड T आया तो भाई सोने पे सुहागा, राइट? सो दिस इज क्योंकि फ्लैग्स ऐसे वर्क करता है. अनलेस एंड अनटिल दिस पीपल आर वेरी इंटरेस्टेड टू टेक दिस एंड दिस गाय इज सो मच इन डिमांड कि टुमारो इट ब्रेक्स आउट. ऐसा भी होता है जैसे GMDC में हो रहा है अभी, राइट? GMDC में मोर देन 1T आने ही नहीं दे रहा है वो, मतलब पीपल आर लाइक यू नो चाहिए. एंड सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट सप्लाई डिमांड, राइट? एंड सप्लाई डिमांड दिख जाता है. ओ नाइस नाइस, थैंक्स. अब बहुत बड़ा है. देखो PSU में तो आग लगी है. अब पीपल विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दैट. आई डोंट नो व्हाट दे वांट, बट प्राइस एंड वॉल्यूम इज ओनली शोइंग PSU में जो आग है. तो दिस इज़ ग्रेट. आई मीन आई विल ट्रेड दिस, आई एम टेलिंग यू गाइस. I did not trade this today. I don't know why, because I didn't see it actually, frankly. बट है ही इतने सारे मेरे पास, मतलब दिस आर ऑल टॉप फ्लैग्स. ओके, आई एम नॉट बुलशिटिंग यू हियर विथ सब पार सेटअप्स. ओके, MHRIL, ये देखो यहाँ पे झंडा यहाँ पे ब्रेकआउट हुआ. एंड झंडा ब्रेकआउट जो बिग वॉल्यूम में होता है वो ख़तरनाक होता है. मतलब वो उसको सबको चाहिए ये वाला झंडा. ठीक है, तो महिंद्रा हॉलीडे सबको चाहिए था, इसलिए इतने वॉल्यूम्स आए ये ब्रेकआउट पे. ठीक है, तो देखो जैसे कल परसों किस में आया ये ब्रेकआउट, कल किस पे आया था ब्रेकआउट बहुत सारा? हाँ, पेपर्स में ना. तो सिमिलर ब्रेकआउट आएगा ये शुगर्स में. ठीक है, अभी चीनी सबको खानी पड़ेगी और एक दिन टूट पड़ेंगे एंड प्रॉब्ली दैट कुड बी टुमारो. ठीक है, बिकॉज ये ब्रेकआउट के आगे 1-2 वॉल्यूम ऐसे ऐसे करके दिख जाते हैं. तो अब देखो दालमिया शुगर में अब like there will be a breakout and again the ones which I like from sugar sector I have marked. तो देखो शुगर अच्छा है तो सब शुगर थोड़े आपको पकड़ना है. आप बस एक पकड़ लो ना जो आपको सबसे बढ़िया लगता है. डालमिया पकड़ लो या त्रिवेणी पकड़ लो या बालाजी हिंदुस्तान पकड़ लो, जो भी है. एंड अगेन ऑल ऑफ देम आर टॉप क्लास सेटअप्स. आई जनरली लुक फॉर मार्केट कैप विच इज़ द लोएस्ट एंड द फ्लोट जिसका सबसे लो हो. तो ये दोनों आगे ना ज़बरदस्त कॉम्बिनेशन है, ज़बरदस्त मतलब. एंड इफ़ देर इज़ नो सर्किट लिमिट दे विल फकिंग ब्लास्ट. तो मैं देखूँगा इफ़ आई हैव टू एवर दिस वन देन आई विल डेफिनेटली गो फॉर डालमिया बिकॉज फ्लोट कम है इधर. ठीक है, तो फ्लोट कम है तो मतलब सप्लाई कम है. तो जब डिमांड ज़्यादा होगा तो रेशियो बहुत ही कम ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो भागने लगेंगे. टनला is also broken out yesterday and this is like a low cheat pivot and it's also like the ascending triangle जो मैंने आपको दिखाया ना यहाँ पे शुरुआत में ये GHCL में जो ये सेम पैटर्न है. ठीक है, this is the same kind of pattern. So these are the few patterns which you need to master, and this is basically a reversal pattern and this reversal is also in a longer term में देखो तो ये बंदा फ्लैग ही है. तो फ्लैग का जो फर्स्ट टी है ना तो उसके बेस से निकल रहा है. तो वन कैन थिंक दैट ये ऐसे आएगा एंड देन दूसरा वाला टी बनाएगा, तीसरा बनाएगा, तो इधर पे यू कैन अगेन टॉप अप. ये बाई 1 हो गया, बाई 2 हो गया. ठीक है. तो इफ़ यू आर अ पोजिशनल लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रेडर, अगेन देर आर एन डिफरेंट वेज टू मेक मनी, एन डिफरेंट वेज टू पोजिशन साइज, एंड ऑल ऑफ दी वेज विल हैव ए प्रो एंड ए कॉन. ठीक है, आपको बस ये जानना है कि यहाँ पे बाय करूँगा तो क्या होएगा, वहाँ पे बाय करूँगा तो क्या होएगा, यू नो, ऑल दोज क्वेश्चंस. Again, e-mudra is also something which I not like very much, but it's also a decent setup. जैसे just so if this area is this tight area gets broken out on the upside, that is your entry. But it's not a very high, वो बहुत बढ़िया नहीं है, तो इसको हम निकाल देते हैं. ठीक है, इट्स अ सब पार थिंग, तो इसमें मैं ग्रीन लगा देता हूँ. ग्रीन माने कि आई लाइक इट, बट इट्स नॉट अप टू द मार्क. देखो मास्टेक में अभी चोंच बना के बैठा हुआ है ये. सो दिस इज़, पीपल कॉल इट पेनांट, बट अगेन दिस इज़ अ फ्लैग ओनली. अब नेपाल का फ्लैग हो गया ऐसा, ठीक है, तो जस्ट बिकॉज फ्लैग का शेप ऐसा है तो आप इसको फ्लैग नहीं बोलोगे. ठीक है, कोई कोई नहीं बोल सकता है, बट नेपाल के फ्लैग को तेरा फ्लैग नहीं है बोलोगे तो उसको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा ना, तो हम फ्लैग ही बुलाएंगे इसको. Again, the thing is, it's a setup, but the entry is not done yet, right? तो quite possibly ये break down भी हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो break down होने के बाद then we will have to see again कि अच्छा what is the kind of setup, what about the supply demand, but still Newgen software. See, Newgen software क्या है? Why do I like it? Because this is like a pole and then अभी ये flag बना रहा है. बट न्यूजन सॉफ्टवेयर इज़ ऑल्सो अन ACR प्ले. ठीक है, तो ACR माने असेंडिंग चैनल रिवर्सल. तो स्टॉक जब एक स्टेज 2 में घुसता है तो अब ये यू सी व्हाट हैपेंस, इज जनरली टेक्स द फॉर्म ऑफ ए असेंडिंग चैनल. ठीक है, तो ये बंदा अब असेंडिंग चैनल में घुस के बैठा हुआ है, एंड एवरी टाइम इट सॉर्ट ऑफ गोज नियर टू द सपोर्ट, दैट्स अ वेरी लो रिस्क एरिया. ठीक है, there are so many ACRs, almost you'll find them anywhere. BEPL भंसाली, देखो भंसाली भाई, आफ्टर सच अ बिग लॉन्ग सुपर्ब पोल, अब ये बहुत लंबा वाला वो मास्ट बना रहे हैं. अब ये ज़्यादा लंबा बांस बन जाएगा ना तो लोग इसको बोलेंगे फ्लैट बेस, चूँकि फ्लैट बेस है, बट वही क्या है, मतलब लाइक अ फ्लैट बेस इन ए हायर टाइम फ्रेम विल अगेन लुक लाइक ए मास्ट, राइट. तो अभी मैं उसको मंथली में देखूंगा तो भाई ये क्या है, अच्छा वो मंथली छोड़ो, वीकली में देख लेते हैं. वीकली में क्या है, ये फ्लैग मास्ट ही है ना. तो दीज आर जस्ट पर्सपेक्टिव, एवरीथिंग इज़ फ्रैक्टल. इफ़ यू नो हाउ टू ट्रेड समथिंग इन वन टाइम फ्रेम, that can be traded in any time frame. I traded a 1 minute time frame today, but again I digress. So ठीक है, तो BEPL में अभी एक आपकी एंट्री आएगी यहाँ पे इसके ऊपर, एंड इसके ऊपर जब जाएगा तब ये मार्स महोदय विल ऑल्सो कंफर्म, राइट. सो again one could have entered here also, because you know what was happening here, this the demand zone was shifting थोड़ा, तो इसको हटा देते हैं. तो this trend line will better suit to to explain the गंभीरता of the situation here, right. So this is again a very nice authentic flag. again इसको भी हटा देते हैं, सिचुएशन की गंभीरता इससे ज़्यादा अच्छे से पता चलेगी, right. So this would now look like a pennant. Again, let's not spend more time. Yeah, so again another one, Tilak Nagar broke out today. Yeah, it broke out today. एंड अगर आपको ज़्यादा दिक्कत होगी ना कि अच्छा भाई ये पता नहीं ब्रेकआउट है या नहीं, बस ये होम्मा एंड गेम ऑन कर लीजिए, एंड व्हाट यू विल सी इज़ दैट you will see that the close is above the Bollinger Band, which is already tight, and that is another this one. And tight कितना, more than smaller than 10% होना चाहिए. ठीक है, तो आप देखिए यहाँ पे भी Bollinger Band is price is above that the Bollinger Band, but यहाँ पे क्या है, यहाँ पे tightness है आपके पास नहीं है, क्यों, the Bollinger with is more than 10%, but यहाँ पे देखिए Bollinger Band is less than 10%, which means that the price action has become tight and close as up above the Bollinger Band. ठीक है, इसे BBW 9.6. ठीक है, तो अमेजिंग ब्रेकआउट अब आ गया. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कल नहीं खरीद सकते हो इसको, मतलब अगेन आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि नथिंग इज़ अ बाय सेल थिंग. I'm just making a commentary on the kind of setups which I trade and the entry points, right? See, Utkarsh broke out, and then this was a retest. Many people will say, fail हो गया भाई. बस horizontal थोड़े होता है resistance, you know, और resistance lines, trend lines तो किसी भी slope में आते हैं. So this is a very nice this one, and then could probably also test one more time, and then eventually will go up. SJVN setting up very nicely, and just like MMTC today. See, could this not then do an MMTC in due course of time? The answer, in my opinion, is yes. Again, see, it's basically supply demand. Supply ख़त्म हो रहा है, ख़त्म हो रहा है, हो रहा है. एक छोटा सा डिमांड आएगा, SJVN को लेके जाएगा. I hope people understand Hindi here, because sometimes I freestyle in both the languages. See, BSC has now done this. अभी हमें क्या दिख रहा है? अभी इसको बोलते हैं मोमेंटम इसमें कम हो रहा है, like, you know. So momentum burst also happens, like when in burst, like, you know, the burst होगा momentum 3-4 दिन के लिए, फिर 2-3 दिन के लिए वो sideways जाएगा. तो देख लो आप लोग, you know, like that depends on your time frame and all that. Trill is trying to break out now. This is such a great setup, like ये इतना great setup है, इसको मैं ऊपर लेके जाता हूँ. So sometimes when the market is open, I just, it's because too many setups, right? So the ones I really like, I will take them up. So जैसे MMTC I really like, that's why it was very high up. So similarly I like Trill, and that's why Trill is gonna go up now. Asha Poonamin, this was a valid entry. अभी ये 1T ख़त्म किया, अभी ये possibly second T में जाएगा. आपको सेकेंड टी के बेस में एंटिसिपेट करना है तो आप कर सकते हो. थर्ड टी के लिए रुक सकते हो. थर्ड टी के लिए रुक सकोगे तो आपको जो टाइम द व्हाट इज़ दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट कम होएगा, बिकॉज द मोर द नंबर ऑफ टीज, द हाई पॉसिबिलिटी दैट कल परसों ब्रेकआउट होएगा, राइट. बट इफ़ यू एंटर एट द बेस ऑफ smallest t, which is 1T, then what will happen is that you will get a better price. ठीक है. So that this is the give and take you need to do, right? So किसी को 1T के बेस में अच्छा लगता है, because they can sit for it with 6 months, 3 months, whatever. And for someone like me, I want my stuff to move as soon as I get in. So I tend to anticipate at more number of T's. So again, there is a there's very clearly defined science behind it. Again, who's to say that NIIT cannot do something like MMTC, right? So people are forgetting about railways, and that's a good thing, because when people forget, those things try to move up, and they will, you know. So again, so many nice this one. I'll just quickly go through, so that if you may have some question, I mean, like, I have to discuss about IRB Inframan. Like, how can you not discuss about this setup? Like, I mean, the only thing which I don't like is that the volumes on the T's, but brother, ठीक है, और नहीं बोलेंगे. Slightly whacked, but still a setup which will still a name which will set up and give us a better entry. Pup. Yeah, man infra, brother. There is a question mark here. Is this HPBOB? Is this high probability based bullish on bullish breakout? Who knows? Railtail, another guy setting up, and yeah, I already have a position there. Emily Clark is also setting up. Gale had a DTL breakout day before yesterday. It could now pull back again and again. Yeah, so Anthony बन गया. Gentleman is also this is a flag breakout, and this flag breakout is actually a flag breakout which is just below a big time resistance. Where is that resistance? It's here brother, this is a big IPO based breakout. ठीक है, अब IPO बेस्ड ब्रेकआउट ऐसा नहीं है ना कि लाइक बस एक साल में जो IPO है वो IPO है, ये बहुत बड़ा IPO बेस्ड ब्रेकआउट है भैया. एंड and this is also from a sector which is slowly making a noise, right? So that's why this guy is in a this guy is in my list. And this was a this was a BOB base breakout, and now breakout होने के बाद it's like making a flag here. देखते हैं how so this is a big T. And this finance ये वाले stocks अभी आवाज़ they are making some noise. Okay, so again you see what's happened here is like this is itself a flag, and there is VCP here. Okay, you will more appreciate this in a smaller time frame. So this is a VCP, right? This was a failed breakout. This is 1T, second T, third T, fourth T. समझ रहे हो? तो if you then now, if anyone trades this guy, let's say, you can trade on the break of this, because after this breaks out there will be a higher high, and we already have higher lows, right? So essentially what will be your, let's say you catch it here, what will be your stop loss? It will be less than 2%, and this is what tightness traders do, you know. So anyways, let's go on. So this is also a very nice this one. And EPS VPS तो एकदम मचा रहे हैं ये लोग, 101% change in EPS. So I like it. Okay, I have a lot of names, so I will quickly move in 5 minutes and show you these names. Okay. Setting up, not ready. Mankind. Wow. Again, I will not say much. Let's go because we don't have time. Optimus Infra. Setting up. Infra names are, Infra is one of the I mean, yeah, very good sector. Paramount. This is a trade I am proud of, because this is a pullback trade. I got in here and I sold pretty much at the top here. Fucking proud of this. Okay. Yeah, and if it sets up again, I'm gonna buy this again. Okay. And if this breaks out, that could be another entry because we have a higher low. Cochin Shipyard, really nice. Omex, yeah. So this is from realty, yeah, realty sector, and realty sector is, this was an entry. Like I said, you know, sometimes what happens, the flag बस एक टी में ही वो चला जाता है. And why does that happen? That doesn't happen for a fluke. That happens because there are people who are willing to buy. I mean, many like there are many people who are willing to buy, then there are willing to sell, and that's why they don't base for a long time. Omex was like that. And another thing is float. देखो 23% है float, M cap भी छोटा है, तो थोड़ा सा buying में ही भागेंगे ये, ठीक है. तो not for everyone, not for people who deal with खोका, but for people who deal with the petty could still trade this. Again, this is a very nice name, you know. So Genus Power, this can be taken as 1T, and when this guy sets up, we will trade this. So Goldium is something which is in my list. You know why? Because this is from gold sector, and gold sector is like, I'm sure people have started to notice that it's a sector which is going to go up or has been doing well, and Goldium is a very big flag, right? And like I said, flags in HTF, तो flag in HTF ही रखूँगा मैं यहाँ पे. बट टाइम फ्रेम देखो आप, ये मंथली का फ्लैग है, ठीक है. अब मंथली फ्लैग जब टूटेगा ना भाई साहब. एनीवेज, लेट्स मूव ऑन. Ajmera is also from a sector which I like now, and it broke out after 2T. It's actually also can be seen as a inverse head and shoulder breakout, and after that it's now retesting. And people who call themselves pullback traders, watch this. Okay, पुल बैक का मतलब यही नहीं होता कि एम ए तक पुल बैक करेगा तभी बाई करेंगे भाई. पुल बैक टू द प्रीवियस ब्रेकआउट जोन इज ऑल्सो पुल बैक, नो? क्यों? BRNL, आई लाइक दिस. द सोल फैक्टर दैट यहाँ पे भारत है, आई लाइक इट बिकॉज आई नो दिस इज प्रॉब्ली समथिंग टू डू विथ PSU एंड ऑल. एंड आप मर्जी खींच लो लाइन, ऐसे भी खींच सकते हो, ये ऐसे भी खींच सकते हो. एंड या वेरी क्लोज. J passcode. This is not setting up, but it is sort of setting up. Inox, amazing, like amazing. Like, how many times should I say amazing? This is amazing basically. DBL, Don Bosco Limited, amazing. 1T, 2T. GMR Infra, 1T, 2T. So basically these are basically variations of flag. So people will call this downward sloping wedge, and they are also very bullish because those breakouts you can trade. The DTL breakouts are actually the breakouts. Vindhya Limited, this is from telecom sector, and this is also now at a place where one can find a very nice pivot. RVHL, not set up so much. Loda is something which I really like. From in my opinion, this is gonna do well if the sector will do well, because also you see that this is actually I don't know if it's listed here, or this is actually a very young stock. And if it's a young stock, this is at the breakout, and flagging and making a very nice VCP structure, which is basically उससे क्या चाहिए आपको, और it'll give you 4% stop loss. 4% से ज़्यादा कितना चाहिए आपको? Hariom pipes, see, flag. What is this flag? IPO based breakout के बाद पता है ये क्या दिया? ACR दिया इसने, ACR. It was basically moving in a channel. Every time it touched this, could have bought, and now it's forming a big secondary base. ये primary base हो गया. Yes, ये big secondary base है. इसके so another big base. Kalyan Jewelry, like I said, this is so अभी gold name आएंगे. This is sort of a leader in the space, and Baibab Global, see, very nice flag. Thangamail Jewelers, this broke out 2 days back in 2T. Okay, and 2T breakout के बाद generally one can trade the pullback. So let's say it pulls back to here or here, and if you see that, okay, that pullback is like at a 1021 EMA or MA, that's also a very nice place to buy. I don't know why VIP Industries is here, but possibly because there was this sort of a flag, and this flag was also at a higher time frame ka so this flag was also like a part of a higher weekly में जो flag है उसका 1T 2T, and this is basically the third T, right? So this is why it's in my list, and really amazing. The thing is big base breakouts के बाद आपको moves भी बहुत बड़े मिलते हैं, right? KIOCL flag 1T, second T tight, and possibly could have been an entry today. That would have been like a cheat entry. Polycab. So Polycab, see, Polycab, after sort of this move, then there was a small flag आ गया, and abhi right now this is again like setting up, right? 1T 2T, and this is the trend line. HBL Power, amazing. I got in here. Senko Gold, brother. Primary base, secondary base. CDSL. You see what this is? This is 1T, second T, possibly third T, 30, 40 आया. This is smaller, so we'll say this is 30. And then we broke out today, actually. Broke out with volumes. JWL is something which I like, and why I like is we already have a higher low, and then even this guy can be traded. So iska bhai I already have, but what I like is it has smaller float than the bhai. The bhai is Titagar, TITAGA. Titagar has 47% float. छोटा भाई हैज़ 17% फ्लोट. तो कौन ज़्यादा वह जल्दी भागेगा? सॉफ्ट टैग ने ये बड़ा ये दिया, उसके बाद देन इट्स अगेन सी nobody is selling soft tech. Why would nobody sell a stock? Why? Tell me. I mean, this is not so great. I don't know why I have this in my list. Apar Industries, brother. Apar is the guy. I mean, it doesn't. So Himadri Specialty Chemical. So I don't know why Himadri is sort of making this kind of a bullish structure where other specialty chemicals are not. But see, I don't care. I mean, I like the structure, and that's why it's in the list. And see, today it sort of tried to make a higher high, but couldn't close above the pivot. But looking at volumes, looking at this one, it looks like there is something in here. So Donear had a DTL breakout yesterday, and I really like Donear. Okay, Donear, why I like, and this is a valid breakout. Also had volumes, but full day it was under pressure. Why I like this Donear breakout is in a weekly this is actually amazing 30. तो समझ रहे हो आप, मतलब ये जो full mast है, that is itself a T in a bigger time frame. So you see in a bigger time frame what's happened is this was the previous uptrend, T1 आया, T2 आया, T3 में अभी volume आ रहा है, and वो breakout up. So this is like next level stuff, brother. तो इसका मैं आपको टारगेट दिखाऊंगा तो फिर मैं नहीं दिखाऊंगा, लेकिन टारगेट बढ़िया है, ठीक है. बट अगेन आई डोंट नो, डोनियर इज़ फ्रॉम टेक्सटाइल एंड ऑल, तो देखते हैं. लाइक फॉर इट टू एक्चुअली डू गुड, द होल सेक्टर इन इंडस्ट्री समटाइम्स हैज़ टू वर्क. So tips industries I put in here yesterday, and looks like today it has done well. Why I put in here today is because it's from the sector media Shidia, right? So media Shidia started moving some time back and started again moving from today. Guys, go and see the chart and all. But so this is basically a very nice base formation and breakout इसके ऊपर होएगा. Some media stocks you will now get. Mostly all are media stocks which I like. Okay, Z Media I like. TV18 Broadcast I like. Yeah, today we had a breakout, early breakout. Balaji Telefilms, we had a cup and handle kind of breakout. And do you know which one had a breakout like this? Again, मेरे को सब याद रहता है ये सब. तो DB Corp, देखो DB Corp सिमिलर ब्रेकआउट दिया. देखो सिमिलर ब्रेकआउट दिया, सिमिलर सेम उससे सेम इंडस्ट्री से. तो मतलब ऐसा होता है. एंड नेटवर्क 18 इज़ द वन आई लाइक टू मच. एंड आज मैंने एंट्री भी ली इस पर, तो आपको दिखाता हूँ इसमें मुझे क्यों अच्छा लगता है. बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी बिग बेस ब्रेकआउट. तो एक चीज़ हमेशा याद रखिएगा, बिगर द बेस बिगर द मूव, ठीक है. तो वॉल्यूम्स से पता चलता है कि बस मुझे नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है, जिनके पास बहुत सारे पैसे हैं उन्हें भी अच्छा लग रहा है, तो वी आर सेफ, और आई एम सेफ. ठीक है. तो जागरण भाई ऑल्सो लुकिंग ओके. TV today is actually looking really good, and this is sort of a flaggy structure which is also at the base of a bigger base breakout, right? So these are the names which is high probability. Zeal is also looking well. S Chand is also flagging upward. So this is a BOB के बाद थोड़ा time लग रहा है इसको, but the moment it breaks out, the moment it fucking closes above this, brother. सन टीवी ब्रेकआउट हो गया इसका. ये था, देखो वही बोल रहा ना कि the levels or zones around breakout and support are going to be volatile. So breakout हो गया, then this happened, then if you fiddle fuck with your stops, then you would have missed the move again. ठीक है, तो फिडल फक नहीं करना है स्टॉप्स के साथ. एक बार आपने यहाँ पे लगा दिया एंड देन आपने लगा दिया कि ये मेरा ब्रेकआउट लेवल है, ठीक है, विच वुड गिव यू लाइक 4% का स्टॉप. Then just because this 2 day appeared, why would you do anything to that? समझ आ रहा है ना आपको मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? So do not do that. See, PVR Inox also started moving today. Okay, so this is also like a big huge pole and the flag, right? So that's all my list. I have some other list also, we can discuss some other time. I also shock के लिए bottom fish करते हैं. That's not my this one, but I like to see how things work. So I have a couple of bottom fishing names from chemicals. Big long flat base. I have some IPO base interest, and this one is things which are looking good and has earnings. So this is something which I am doing now. Anyway, so I'll stop here. Thanks for being with me for an hour, and if you have any questions, I'll take them, a couple of them. TNPL भाई वो तो पेपर स्टॉक नहीं है क्या? हाँ, पेपर तो भाई पेपर खतरनाक है. सो जस्ट बीइंग इन अ पेपर स्टॉक, इट्स बट इट्स अ लिटिल, द बेस इज़ अ लिटिल वाइड, बट अगेन दिस आप ये पिवट है तो इसके ऊपर चला गया, तो आई मीन वन कुड हैव बॉट ऑन दिस डे, but that was not a very convincing sort of this one, but it looks good in general. Everything, the paper thingy is like looking good only. And oh brother, this also coming out from a big base, so yeah, not bad. god ind. Whew, I love it. So this should be a big base. हाँ देखो, ये बहुत बड़ा बेस से अभी निकल के आ रहा है, ठीक है. ये अब लोग बुरा मान जाएंगे, मैं इसको कप एंड हैंडल बोल दूंगा, बट इट्स ए जैक्ड सॉर्ट ऑफ ए कप एंड हैंडल. And see the relative strength from August. Almost कितना परसेंट दे दिया ऑलरेडी, बट द थिंग इज़ 50% दे दिया, बट द थिंग इज़ इट विल ऑल्सो गिव यू मोर places to enter, which right now it is basically pulling back to sort of the high the previous resistance. And yeah, for just to be safe, a breakout above 723 again, which is the previous high, should be a good entry on this. I can imagine this behaving like a general flag and putting some some T's before eventually breaking out. It's a very nice this one. Alright guys, if there are no more questions, I'll leave you guys, and just shoot, man, just shoot. Hi Satyam. Hello, Satyam. Yes, loud and clear. Yeah, so that is a question which is separate from whatever we discussed today. Okay, but see, the question is, it all depends upon you, Satyam, what kind of a trader you are. Okay, and this is a very fundamental question. Is that should we enter whatever intended position on a single day in one time, or should we, like, nibble कि 5 रुपए आज खरीद लिया, 5 रुपए आज next, फिर like that. So that is, in my opinion, this is how I would like to think about it. It depends upon the kind of trader you are. So if you are a trader who is a swing trader, who generally would like to hold their trades for, let's say, 2 3 days to 15 16 days, whatever, and has a profit, like average profit of 10 to 20 30%. In that case, I would suggest that whatever full position you buy in one go, right? Because anyways you are not going to carry that whole thing for a larger longer period of time. So for example, if then you buy, let's say, 25% now, and then rest 25 50 whatever position after 10% have already gone by. So if market conditions are not so great, then what will happen is that that 10% might now go back to 5%, right? समझ रहे हो? So and like, we are last one month was a time like that, when breakouts were actually breaking out and again squatting. So at that time, if you are a guy who adds into your position, you will never make money, right? So the best case scenario for a swing trader would be to take the full position in one go, and then manage risk by actually selling some into strength. Okay. And the other play is better for a positional trader. ठीक है? Because positional trader, the positional trader, being a positional trader, what you are only trading is things which are just starting its longer term higher trend. स्टेज वन से जो स्टेज टू में जा रहे हैं, ऐसे चीज़ों को ही आप एज ए पोजिशनल ट्रेडर ट्रेड करनी चाहिए. Positional traders should not trade something like, I'll not give examples, but let's say a stock which is already run 200 to 250% from its base. Okay. Now I'm not saying that everything which runs out to 50% from its base will not run out furthermore, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is 1 to 2% of the whole stock market will actually be those names which will do like that, like the likes of Tata Elxsi ho gaya, some of the railway names now, and some of the meter names now. And the thing is, you have to be very careful in choosing those names, right? But the most important thing for a positional trader is, like, let's say right now, if you are a positional trader, names like Vijaya, fuck, dude, that Vijay was in my mind, brother. हाँ, तो आप अगर, इफ़ यू आर ए पोजिशनल ट्रेडर, इट मेक्स सेंस टू से, लेट्स से, अगर आपको 100 रुपया डालना है, या 25 रुपया का आज खरीद लेते हैं आप. समझ रहे हो? बिकॉज आपको पता है, या 3 या 6 महीने तो मेरे को होल्ड करना ही करना है. तो देन लेट्स से विजया यहाँ से 20% गया, फिर आके ऐसा एक बनाया, देन यू कैन से कि अच्छा, मैं यहाँ पे बाई करूँगा नेक्स्ट 50, नेक्स्ट 25, यहाँ पे नेक्स्ट 50, राइट? बट मेरे को जो 10 या 20% के लिए खेलना है, तो मेरे को तो फुल आज ही लेना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो दैट इज़ वाई ऑल्सो आई डिड नॉट एंटर दिस गाय, बिकॉज दिस वॉज अ लिटिल एक्सटेंडेड, मतलब लिटिल, समझ रहे हो? तो अगर कल परसों फिर ये बंदा आके रिटेस मारेगा इधर, तो मैं घुस जाऊँगा, राइट? तो दिस इज़ वाई ऑल्सो इट्स इन माई टॉप 3 4 नेम. So that is the distinction you need to make, okay, Satyam, and that is what decides. Go on. Hmm. हाँ, so exactly fine. हाँ, तो आप, राइट. Hmm. So let's say, yeah, Exactly. So let's say I am thinking that you are a positional trader. So right now, because you are a positional trader, you should already be invested 60 to 70% already. Because positionally bhi right now the market is such that positional traders has no business getting out of this market. This is still positionally a market on an uptrend. So positional वाले आप weekly में देखेंगे, तो weekly में देखिए आप क्या कर रहे हो. Weekly में this is the previous low and this is right now we are a higher low. तो if I'm thinking you did not get most of the stuff you added here, so you would still have been holding here. ठीक है. तो आई एम सेइंग ठीक है, लेट्स से 25% आपके पास कैश खाली है, तो देन यू शुड स्लोली गेट इन प्लेसेस लाइक आई सेड, लाइक अर्ली स्टेज टू कैंडिडेट्स. एंड देर आर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ इन द मार्केट मैन एवरीवेयर. लाइक आई रिफ्यूज़ टू बिलीव इफ़ यू से दैट ओ मेरे लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी कम है. I will run one screen and show you at least 30 names which are starting to break out from the stage 2 basis. So yeah, we should little bit up our game. And basically the thing is, stick to who you are. If you have identified that I am a positional trader, I will follow the trend, you fucking be a positional trader. समझ रहे हो. तो चीज़ ऐसा है. तो कभी कभी मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हो जाता है. जैसे आई हैव आइडेंटिफाइड कि मैं शॉर्ट टर्म, नॉट शॉर्ट टर्म, लेट्स से मैं I am a swing trader and I like to trade flags. Flags speak to me, but sometimes when I see a bottom fisher name, like for example Aarti Industries. Aarti Industries now, this is basically a peak inverse head and shoulder. मेरे को पता है ये ऐसे ही करेगा काम. ठीक है, तो अभी खुजली मचली मच रही है कि मैं खरीद लूँ क्या 5% इधर, but again these are things which I am also trying to be emotionally more mature and things like that. But yeah, I think being true to yourself as who you are as a trader, those things will help. This is basically being disciplined. This is a part of being disciplined. Yes, I do run a course. Yeah. No, 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 no. My course is really different, one of a kind course where I mostly take beginners and I help them to find their way of trading. In my course, I never say that this is what one has to do. I say this can be done in 100 different ways. I say if you are a Virender Sehwag, then you would probably like to do things like this. Whereas if you are a Rahul Dravid, you would probably like to do things like this. Now go figure. That is what I basically do in my course. And in my opinion, that's how one should be mentored. I don't take one on one because frankly it's a very bad investment for my time. That is why I run the course. Yes, that 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 I can do. I see. I am always ready and very happy to talk to traders regarding new things which they are struggling with. For that, you don't need to pay me. My number is available. Just ping me and we can have a chat. Beside the masterclass, I also have a yes. Feel free to call me. We'll have a chat. Yeah. No man. Yes. 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 Yeah. Right now I don't. Yes, you can go on Sakatas. My website link is there, and my WhatsApp number and all is there. I mean, everyone has my number. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're welcome. Hi, Omkar. Yes, I've seen you, Omkar. Yeah, great man. This is basically this is both my indicator, which is a Homma end game. Okay, and this is not available on for free. This I only share with my masterclass participants and my this one. But I'll tell you, I think it is free for on TradingView. Also, so this one is basically finally Nitin's stuff. Yes, and almost all of my indicators are also mostly he was very kind to make them join them, uh, but yeah. So I think you will get in TradingView things like this. But I have had a friend who helped me make this, and right now I do not share with most people. This also helps me, get some people for my paid group. So yeah, exactly. See, I have ready Q2 FY24 results. I have this ready, and yeah, we are doing some things, and these are things which I am trying to learn how to play earnings. I have been trying to do this, but because I could not, because I do 100 different things in my mind. Okay, and I'm not able to uh, give my 100% to this earnings thingy, episodic pivots, earning based pivots. But it's basically, see, gap up things. If they gap up in and around earnings, that's how you know that the earnings was good or something like that. So for example, Avantel, see. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So for that, what you have to have a little bit of an idea of price action and how it behaves. So for example, Avantel, right? So I mean, this guy is already. So I don't have a very good. Let's say Praj Industries, is it? Which is it? Which is it? Plasti Blend. Yeah, this one, no? Yeah, Plastic Band India. Huh. So see, had you known yesterday if I had this on my watch list कि tomorrow इसका result आएगा, ठीक है? Then I would have had it in here, right? Um, yeah, we don't know the result. So as soon as this guy is going up, so there are three ways to trade gaps. Okay, there are essentially three ways to trade gaps, and I'll tell you what are those. The moment it gaps up, so this is a 30-minute time frame. Okay, so is it fine if I pull up one of my I mean, I have wrote an article on this already. See how to trade gaps like a pro. Okay, so here there are three ways to trade gaps. So here, see, as soon as it gaps up, right? So that's a TGP entry. TGP stands for tradable gap pivot. And the second one is, so as soon as it gaps up here, let's say on this 30-minute ka, let's say 5 minute, let's go to 5 minutes, and on that was your entry. Okay, so maybe 273 and 260 ke under. And if that is your entry, uh, what happens is that the gap lower boundary is your stop loss, either the gap lower boundary or the gap upper or lower boundary. And the next place where you can enter is when the this is called basically open range breakout, and इसका open range breakout आज हुआ ही नहीं, which is basically the this is the high of the candle. Whenever this high is getting taken out at 278, that is your another entry. Okay, okay, so that is the second way you can enter. The third way you can enter is what happens is sometimes the gaps they don't work in a single day, right? And then what happens is the price actually goes and retests the gap boundary, either the upper boundary or the low boundary. So this is the third way you can enter a gap, and this is the lowest risk wala entry. ठीक है, you can please check my amazing article. And this is the retest pullback entry, this is the breakout above the gap day high wala entry, and this is the TGP entry, which is basically on the day of the gap you can still enter. Okay, and I have numerous other examples. See, the best is now it depends upon how who are you as a trader, right? If you positional, for positional it doesn't matter much. You can either enter on the day of the gap up, you can either enter on the breakout, you can enter retest. Because see, you are anyways going to carry this for 3-4 months, right? So for you it doesn't matter. Just make sure that whatever you are entering is actually something is fundamentally well and now has the earnings ka whatever those things. Cheers, man. All right, guys, thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon then. Bye.